certified most accurate. Now your TV5 First Alert forecast.
Good Thursday evening, Mid-Michigan. Chief Meteorologist Chris Easlick with your Thursday forecast update. We are dry tonight and likely will remain dry for several more hours. But eventually tomorrow morning, this system that's off to our south, currently moving through places like Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas, will be moving in our direction. And it will bring some wet weather later in the morning. I think we'll get through the early morning commutes just fine. But as we get closer to 7 and 8, that's when we'll have to start watching. Do want to pause our hour-by-hour forecast here at midnight, and shortly thereafter, there will be some breaks in the clouds tonight. So if you're lucky enough to be up that late and your town does have a break overhead, you may be able to see the northern lights. Now tomorrow, clouds will return pretty quickly, and there's that wet weather starting to move in from the south late in the morning. It will likely expand into the Tri-Cities region around 9 or 10 o'clock, and then eventually north of there to about US 10 or just north of the highway around lunchtime or shortly thereafter. And that's where we expect the cutoff to be. That snow will likely continue early in the afternoon. Despite what this model is showing here, there are other models that are showing a sign of a break around 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We think that's possible, but then a secondary round will eventually fill back in, and we'll likely see some wet weather continue through late Friday night and early Saturday morning. I would expect that secondary round, if we get a break in there, to have snowfall accumulations that are pretty minor compared to early in the day. Now, our snowfall map right now, we still get one more crack at this early tomorrow morning on Wake Up. We feel pretty good about where we stand at the moment, but I think there could be some minor adjustment just to the north. So that area around Mount Pleasant, Midland, and Bay City, the northern end of that 1 to 3 inch range, I wouldn't be shocked if we take that just a little bit farther north into portions of Clare and also Gladwin County. But we'll see what our models do a little bit later tonight. I think most of the area in that 1 to 3 zone will pick up 1 to 2. I think 3 would be more of an extreme type of scenario. Our temperatures today will factor in. We did think ground temperatures came up a little bit with the sun and also the warmth today. And then with temperatures tomorrow being around freezing or a little bit above, combined with our warmth of today, will help us out at least a little bit on the roads tomorrow. That's not to say we won't have any slick areas, but we think we're going to do better tomorrow than we would have done earlier this week, with temperatures in the 20s and also falling during the daylight hours. We get at least a little bit of influence from that incoming solar radiation. And also we will be expecting a wet, heavy, slushy snow. So the roads, if they do become a little slick, they'll likely be a little bit more greasy than icy. As far as your lows tonight, we expect those to drop into the 20s and 30s. And then if we can come up above freezing before this precipitation gets underway, that certainly helps us out tomorrow. And there's the highs that we expect to be above freezing most of the day. A northeasterly wind coming off the Saginaw Bay and Lake Huron will likely keep totals a little bit lower the closer you get to the water, because water temperatures are still above freezing, and out over the open waters of Lake Huron, we're still in the 40s. Your 7-day forecast does show temperatures next week will be in the 30s. The dry day we expect is on Wednesday.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.